Hello and welcome back to the second David67 YouTube video of the day for Celtic News. This video exclusively about the Celtic women's side, the Celtic Girls, and their continuing campaign to win their first SWPL title. And this is going to be a review of yesterday's 3-0 win at the Excelsior against Partick Thistle, plus little rundown of the David 67 Player of the Year award for the women that you voted for yourselves, plus what the official results were in last night's ceremony. So for all those new to the channel who like some form of coverage of the Celtic women's side, please do click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the like button as well if you like the video, and do feel free to pop your comments regarding the Celtic women's side, their performance yesterday, and their big games on Wednesday away at Hearts, which is live on BBC Alba at 6, and then their final game of the season against Hibs at Celtic Park on Sunday, a game that I've been lucky enough to get or buy some tickets for. I don't get anything free from Celtic or the Celtic Girls side for doing these silly wee videos, and so I've bought the tickets for the game and really looking forward to watching them on Sunday live and watching them on Wednesday at 6, which will work in fine for seeing the main side in their game against Kilmarnock, which will be following on afterwards on Sky Sports. So, first of all, just a wee recap of yesterday's 3-0 win. Celtic scored nice and early with Amy Gallagher. Lovely ball over the top by Celia Barclay. Murphy Agnew using her tremendous pace to outstrip the Partick Thistle defence. Could have shot herself off from a tight angle, but very cleverly, nice ball across the box, which gave Amy Gallagher pretty much an open goal to open the scoring. Thought both Murphy Agnew and Amy Gallagher played very well yesterday. Alina Sadiku had decided to rest Lucy Ashworth-Clifford as the wide player on the left and had rested Tash Flint, who apparently has been struggling a bit with a foot injury. Wee bit odd actually that both Tash Flint, Paolo Partido, who's out for the season with a foot injury, and Kit Lefersky, who looks like she's out for the season with a foot injury. Interesting. Celtics had three quite significant foot injuries in the second half of the season. However, Tash Flint was on the bench but watched the whole game, so they didn't need to bring her on. Also, Alina Sadiku was able to rotate the squad a wee bit, so Shane Menglu started out on the left. It was a wee bit disappointing. Her final ball was rather poor. She seemed to get tackled rather too easily just as she approached the box. Claire Goldie started in place of Tash Flint, with Amy Gallagher pushing much further forward than before. Claire Goldie also a wee bit disappointing, didn't really contribute terribly much for Celtic. In terms of the subs, I thought Lucy Ashworth-Clifford was the most impressive. She really made quite a big difference down that left-hand side, getting balls into the box, winning the ball back, etc. And the other subs, Colette Kavanagh, I thought also had a good contribution, and it was quite significant after Celtic were a bit frustrated by Partick Thistle's very defensive tactics, and a good goalkeeping performance by the Partick Thistle goalkeeper. Made 6 saves in the game. So after the substitutions, Celtic did play with a bit more aggression and attack and purpose, and they got goals in the 63rd minute from Murphy Agnew, who chased down a short back pass by the Partick Thistle defender Lawton and beat the goalkeeper with a nice shot, and then a nice move down the left, Amy Gallagher cutting into the box. The ball then broke to Lucy Ashworth-Clifford. She crossed it into the box, and the ball then fell to feet of Chen Mengyu, who scored a very nice right-footed shot into the corner. Celtic had another few chances in the game, but unfortunately were unable to add to their total. So just going to pop in those goal highlights, and then we'll do a wee summing up of where that leaves Celtic for the last couple of matches, how the Rangers women's side did in their game yesterday also against Glasgow, and then we'll cover the Player of the Year both through our channel and what the official result was. So enjoy these wee highlights of the Celtic women's match from yesterday. Great, so hopefully enjoyed those highlights. So that 3-0 win put Celtic back top of the table by 3 points. However, Rangers were playing later yesterday afternoon on the Sunday in the late game against Glasgow City away, and they managed to scramble a 1-0 win. And so that puts Rangers women and Celtic women, the girls, top of the table equal. However, Celtic managed to improve their goal difference advantage over Rangers by 2 further goals, and so their goal difference lies at plus 105, which is 15 better than Rangers. Thus, in effect, if Celtic win 1-0 against Hearts and 1-0 against Hibs in their last two games, that would require Rangers to win 9-0 against Hibs and 9-0 against Partick Thistle to overhaul Celtic, because Celtic have scored more goals than Rangers, and so Rangers would have to beat Celtic's goal difference by one more to guarantee the title. So, obviously, all things point towards if Celtic can get a win against Hearts on Wednesday and a win against Hibs on the Sunday, that would then give the Girls the title, as 17-18 goal swing would be very, very difficult to achieve. Now, moving on to the Player of the Year awards. The official Player of the Year award ceremony last night had Women's Team Goal of the Year given to Tash Flint for her goal against Rangers in February at Ibrox. That was the goal just after half time that put Celtic 1-0 up. Nice sweeping move that Tash Flint finished off very expertly. Women's Player of the Year voted by the players was given to Amy Gallagher, and the official fan vote Player of the Year was given to Caitlin Hayes, who won the same award last year. And not surprisingly, in the David 67 channel, Women's Player of the Year, the same two players were at the top of the voting. On our own channel, Caitlin Hayes won with 44%. Amy Gallagher was in second with 29%. Chloe Craig, one of my favourite players, got 13% in third place. Natalie Ross, 8% in fourth. And Kit Lefersky, 6% in fifth. Has been rather disappointing. Kit Lefersky had a brilliant start to the season. Had she stayed fit for the rest of the season, I think Celtic would have more comfortably won the title, as her pace is a massive threat to everybody, and her finishing skills this season have improved a lot. However, she missed a couple of months around about Christmas into the new year, came back briefly, and then seems to have re-injured herself and has been out for the last month or so, and was kind of struggling with her fitness in the couple of games leading up to that. So many thanks to all those who voted in the Women's Player of the Year on the channel, and it was interesting that our vote to Caitlin Hayes was replicated by the official site, which gave her Player of the Year from the fans, and Player's Player went to Amy Gallagher, which I think is a nice reward for her being also Celtic's top scorer and the top scorer in the Scottish Women's Premier League as well. So looking ahead to the game on Wednesday, playing Hearts away is always a difficult game to do. We need to remember that Rangers lost there a few weeks ago, 1-0, and just before Christmas, in Fran Alonso's last manager as head coach manager of the Girls, Celtic managed to draw 1-1 in a game in which Celtic looked like they were a bit tired, under par, and not really firing on all cylinders, but they did manage to battle through and get a draw, which was a good result on the day, although Celtic could easily have won that game. as they had plenty of chances in the second half to add to their score. In terms of the team, I suspect that Elena Sidiku will stick with her 3-4-3 formation. I suspect that the midfield four will instead have Lucy Ashworth Clifford on the left, but otherwise the same. And I would expect Tash Flint to come back into the front three, replacing Claire Goldie. And I think with that combination, with the players such as Jenny Smith, Colette Kavanagh, Tiny Burchell, Claire Goldie, Lisa Robertson all coming off the bench, I think it does give Celtic quite a number of options to help them win the game against Hearts on Wednesday. Hearts now safe in fourth, and so nothing really to play for this season. And also it needs to be remembered that Hearts are a semi-professional team, and so most of their squad have got day jobs as well as playing and training for Hearts in the evenings. So, just about finishes things off for today's women's video. No other news currently regarding the girls' side, and so we will leave it at that point there. Do try and watch the game if you can on BBC Alba, if you've got access to that on Wednesday evening from 6 till 8, and that dovetails nicely into the men's match, which should be starting just after the end of the women's match. So for today, goodbye and hail, hail.